Hi, and welcome to my garage. My classroom. I've received a lot of questions about how I converted my garage to my preschool space, so I thought I'd make a video to share some of the things that I've done and tips I've learned along the way. Other than costs, some additional things to consider before deciding to convert your garage are storage space. How much do you need? If you were to utilize your garage as a preschool or daycare, where would you put the things that normally go in your garage? Another thing to consider is where you would park your cars. Let's see. You'll probably need some additional lighting because it gets very dark in the garage, although most garages do come with a light source. I found that when we were converting ours, as they were going along and building, I realized that it's pretty dark in here and it seems kind of cheerless. So I had them put in 5 additional panels of typical garage lighting. Let's see, another thing to consider would be your flooring. Concrete isn't real forgiving if a little one falls, so in my garage I installed the black exercise mats that you find at either exercise places or Target or whatever. And everywhere where there's carpet, underneath is a black foam mat. So then that way, if the kids were to fall, they had a softer cush underneath the carpeting. Let's see, in the kitchenette area, I installed a little linoleum, which makes cleanup a little bit easier for my little guys when they spill their milk or drop their paintbrush on the ground. Would not be fun trying to trying to get that out of carpeting, so we decided on linoleum. Let's see. Also, counter spaces and cabinets. I originally was not going to add those things in, but luckily my husband talked me into it. Best decision ever. I use the counters for prepping meals, for prepping their art, lesson planning. We use the counter space to dry stuff. The cabinet's perfect. Good solution for some of the storage space that you take up when you convert your garage. So in some of the cabinets you can still, as long as it's safe and locked, you can keep your tools or whatever. Not in mine. In mine I have all toys and arts and crafts and things like that. Let's see what else. You'll probably want a water supply. If a kid gets a scrape or whatever, then you have a water supply handy. It's good for cleaning. It's good for hand washing. So that was another decision that we had went ahead and made to install that, and I'm so thankful that we did. Let's see. Do you have a washer or dryer in your garage or a water heater? If you do, you may want to consider building a closet around it, which is what we did over here. This is where our water heater was kept, or is kept actually, but for safety purposes and for visual purposes, we decided to go ahead and enclose it in a closet, which is great because it helps keep the room looking more professional and less like a garage, because we don't want our classroom to look like a garage. Another question that we encountered along the way was what to do with the garage door. Did you want to keep it, leave it, or take it off and make it an entrance for the parents and the preschoolers to come into? We chose to go ahead and leave the actual existing garage door, but the dilemma that I had, this back wall back here, by the way, is where the garage door is. The dilemma that I had is I didn't want that ugly garage tract left up because I didn't feel it looked very professional. But usually you need that in order for the garage door to be up. So what we were fortunate we had them do is they went ahead and took down the tract, but bolted the garage door down outside. So from the front of the house, it looks like every other garage in the neighborhood, but from inside, it looks like any old typical, room. Um, in your space, if you do not already have a window, I know some garages are already equipped with a window, but ours was not, so we had to install a window, which is great. I needed the extra additional natural sunlight, although if you can't tell now, though there's a little glare. Right now what you see is my neighbor's house, but still it's just enough lighting to add some more, light. So let's see. I don't know. I would recommend the window. Another thing is the heat and air. Now, I live in California, and although it's beautiful here, it does get very hot in the summertime, and it does get pretty chilly in the wintertime. So we added a hot air heater and air conditioning unit, which was perfect. And luckily, our contractor had found this kind of dual system that he was able to install into the wall. So although you obviously can't see the outside of the wall, so part of it hangs out outside. So I guess it would be somewhat of a swamp cooler, except for he didn't put it in the window. Thank heavens, because I did not want any more of the natural sunlight blocked than I needed. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message or whatever. And thank you. Have a good day.